So we are not doing well. I'm also not doing well. So we take for granted what? I am stressed, I am into anxiety. What is this? Who says this? Mind. Oh, you are rude. You are crazy. Who says this? Mind. Oh, you do not understand me. Who says this? It is my mind. I am not able to cope with. Cope with, add the statements you have already added. Means what? Mind. All comes from the mind. I take the mind as myself. Is it not false sight? Don't we need a self inquiry? We stop the self inquiry, then I say I'm not feeling well. I'm also not feeling well, but with a smile. I'm not feeling well, I'm so sad. Then we have a social response. Oh, you're not feeling well, calm down, can I give you a cup of tea and coffee? I'm aggravating my problem. Don't we need a self inquiry? We don't understand this. Problem is this: I take mind as me. Mind says I'm in stress, I'm rude, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm unhappy. Make sure what you think, what you speak, what you act is your mind, and you are not your mind. John said last week, it clicked what I said. What I said. I don't know how much it clicked. Or just after the session, I'm the same person. So I have to find out how much it clicked. Oh, Meir also was saying that I was about to call a guy or a girl, I don't know. I was not feeling well. But perhaps she didn't call. It is my mind. I listen to it. One part of my mind believes what you are listening to me, but you have more belief in your stress, your anxiety, your upset, your rudeness, your reaction than these principles. That's why there's change is not coming. Be very clear and naked. That's why change is not coming. So after the session, even after today's session, a lot of stress. Oh, listening to me? Then there is no way you can ever be happy. Eastern wisdom, goal of the Eastern wisdom is to find the permanent happiness. I learnt it for 26 years. Invested my time, my effort, my wealth, everything. I staked everything. I was in a federal job. I went to the Himalayas. I got a call. After a week, I did not go. So said your service, you'll be laid off if you don't join the duty. I did not join for 3.5 months. It was no pay, no work, no pay. You have to stake your entire garbage of the mind. No, this is not me. I am something different than that. And you see that my master was laughing. Oh, now you will have no pay. He was judging me. He was testing me. Okay, very good. You'll have no pay. Sometime in modern world, we say that if you don't put a high price, the people will not change. I don't know whether it is true or not. I don't want to go into that area. So, lot of stress listening to me, then there is not a way you can ever be happy. I mean Eastern wisdom. So what is happening to the mind is the mind is not actually, even after listening, it is not applying. It is not staying constant. It says, no, this anxiety is delusion. Let me find out. Let me see it clearly. I don't want to see it, so I won't change. Then you blame this beer guy or the Eastern wisdom. Oh, there is nothing in it. Yes, there is nothing in it. I fall into delusion. What is delusion? What I think I am, that is the mind, is not what I am. What I'm thinking, I'm into anxiety. I'm not. It is the mind is saying. I am in stress. This is mind. Tell me if it is not. Or you are saying, or your mind is saying. This is the part of the delusion. What I think I am is not I am. But what I think I am is a delusion. You are forcing me to smile, otherwise you are crazy. No, you are crazy because you are into anxiety. I am not. And series is self-inquiry. Self-inquiry has many parts. We have to discover where is the delusion. When I understand delusion, I drop it. When I drop it, I'm into peace. If I don't drop it, then now see. So you can understand how deeper layers of ignorance and delusion your mind is the cause of your suffering. Any suffering. Don't think only Charlie is suffering. We all are suffering. We may smile here, but after the session, our smile disappears. You may say that guy is so crazy, He does not understand my problem. That is also mine. So you are not able to differentiate between the two. He does not understand my problem. That is also the mind. You are not understanding Eastern wisdom. Let us move further at a deeper layer of the delusion, ignorance, and projection. All together, when they all mix up, what I said, when ignorance, mathematical equation, ignorance plus delusion plus projection done by the mind is equal to constant, consistent suffering, stress, anxiety, reaction, craziness, rudeness, add everything. Now I have a heart problem. You have to go to the root of the heart problem. Your mind, emotions, your responses, your reaction. Anyhow, come back. What I said, ignorance plus projection plus delusion is equal to all the suffering in your life. then what happens? Then what happens? Can you imagine? Think of it. That is what our master says. That is the false I, that is your mind, and that is the world outside. They all become one. Because they become one, so I have a problem in the world outside. I have a problem with my relations. I have a problem with my business. I have a problem with my money. What I said. What becomes? Ignorance. Pay attention. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of what I am. Projection. So I project. Okay? Projection. And I am also writing so that I remember what I talked. Projection plus delusion. Delusion, what happens? Now you think, now your mind thinks, I am the world, I am the mind, I am the false I, that you don't remember, then you don't know, and you continue suffering. Continue suffering, my friends, Why? Because my profession will continue. Again, I'm saying, pay attention. I am the mind. I am the false I, which carries forward the suffering, and I am the world. What is the problem? Can you figure out? Problem is of identification. What is this identification? When I say this situation, this event, this person caused me the stress, it means situation or person is responsible for my stress, for my suffering. Clear? You are a great person. Situation, is chasing you to create a stress in you. Wonderful. You are a special person. That situation outside is chasing you. Very good. That person is chasing you. Or your identification. Check yourself. You will have an answer. We all are at least fairly intelligent. Are you understanding? The problem of identification. Look at the teachings of our masters. They are wonderful. If your mind gets married to any teacher of the Eastern wisdom, don't take the marriage here. I'm using the marriage in a different way. If your mind gets married to the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom, you will have problems. The world will continue to offer the adversities and the problems. You are not affected. Problem is an opportunity to raise your awareness. Otherwise, problem, suffering is I am. Why? Because of identification. I already explained you what is identification. That guy caused me a lot of stress. That situation, that home, that phrase, that TV, that phone, my face, the way I want it to look, I am not able to see that. That is causing me the stress. Keep smiling, don't keep a big face. Big face is also the problem. Mind is married to the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. Do you remember the first part? I have to, no, my mind is already going somewhere else. I don't remember. My mind is already engaged in the stress. How can I remember? The mind is not married. First thing I told you, ignorance plus projection plus delusion is equal to I am the mind, I am false I am the world. In the second phase, we said how I am the world, because this event, that person, my face is causing me the stress. It means situation, person is outside is responsible for my suffering. That is identification. A simplest definition. I'm bringing our Buddha. You know, we in US says Buddha. Buddha means old, like me. Buddha means awakened, awareness. So I will definitely use the Buddha. I will not use Buddha. Let you guys say Buddha. Buddha. Buddha says the world is suffering. That is why the Buddha says world is suffering. So when Buddha would say that, it means I am the world because of delusion and projection is suffering. Otherwise, this entire world is so beautiful. Did this wall is chasing me? I will cause you this stress. This monitor is causing me the stress. How the world can be suffering? But yes, if I'm in ignorance, if I'm in delusion, if I claim I am the mind, then the world is suffering. Simple. World is suffering only when I am the mind. Why? Because the mind perceives in delusion and in projection today everyone will pay me $200 projection. And I don't get it. Do you remember the first two steps? Well, if you remember, it's okay. If you don't remember, that is also okay. As long as I live, I will continue this Eastern wisdom. Now, the next point is extremely important, very important. First, point, second point, third point. The word is suffering. Now we want to explore the root of the suffering. Root of the suffering means ignorance. What is that ignorance? How you always use the word ignorance? What is this crazy word ignorance? Because of that ignorance, I'm searching myself outside. I have to suffer. I'm not outside, I'm inside. I'm not outside, I'm inside, my friend. So, as long as you are searching outside, even now you have any form of a stress, you can think of it, and when you think of it, you will become aware. Oh, this is the problem. This is the problem. What I said, the first is ignorance plus projection plus delusion is equal to I am the mind, I am the false I am the world. Second, then what is the problem? Problem is identification. When the identification comes, then what happens? It results into ignorance. What is the root of ignorance? Root of ignorance, root of suffering. Root of suffering is ignorance. What is that ignorance? I am searching myself outside me. So there is a metaphor and a parable. One guy, India is also a huge country, even though 1/3 of geographical area than United States. But still we have one from one corner to the other. It is something around 2,000 miles. So from the southern coast, a guy reached to the northernmost state. Why? Long back, 200 years back. It took him 3 months. But why he went there? He went in search for, he wanted to learn who am I, what is my true nature from a master. 3 months. It took him 3 months. He reached there. I forgot her name. She was a great master of Eastern wisdom living in a cottage in an apple garden. Our northernmost state produces a lot of apples. He reached there. He bowed down to her. He said, I have come here to know who am I. The lady mentor and the master said nothing. She looked into his eyes. She said, okay, take rest in my cottage and we will talk tomorrow in the morning. The next day in the morning, the master was searching something under a tree. And she looked totally impatient. He woke up and he saw the master is impatient. Sometimes we find that, we have our delusion. Sometimes you see the master looks impatient. You know what he can teach? So anyhow, he approached the master and he said, what you are searching? Master, I'm searching a needle. Where you lost it? In my cottage. I lost the needle in the cottage, but I'm searching under a tree. So the guy, guy's mind gave an interpretation. I have come here to meet this master. The needle is lost in the cottage and she is searching under a tree. Anyhow, he kept patience and he said, why you are searching under a tree when the needle is lost inside the cottage? Why you have come here? To know who you are. Why you should not have sat in meditation in your home to find out who you are. You are not outside, you are inside. That is the one message I wanted to give you, and that is why I am searching the needle under a tree when it is lost under a cottage. You are lost in your mind because of the first 3 steps. Did you get it? Yeah, let us take one more step. So when we have these 4 steps, we understand the 4 steps. Now another problem comes in our life. What is that another problem? I don't know. What I don't know that solution lies inside if I have to remove the ignorance. But I don't know. I have never met any teacher of the Eastern wisdom. I have not studied. I have not understood. So then what happens? I start searching the solution outside. 5th step. I start searching the solution outside. How? I already gave many examples. I got married, so I'm frustrated with husband and a wife. Let me divorce and get married again. Not to have a stress, but now you have more stress. Some people are scared not to marry twice. So they are also in stress. The problem is that they are also in stress. One young girl in Ukrainian group, she says, my dad and mom kept fighting against each other for the last 20 years, and I realized it is better not to marry. I said, are you free from stress? No. I said, then why you are not getting married? To have stress, to have a first-hand experience so that at least you can get rid of it. You have created your stress by yourself. Now, I'm not advocating marriage or I'm not advocating divorce, What is that illusion of external solution? That is the illusion. Solution to my peace and happiness, my love and wisdom is outside, in a person, in a situation, in an event, in a wealth, in a possession. That is the problem. Does the dollar says, okay, put it in your hand, put it in your hand, I will give you happiness. $100, 1 ounce of happiness. $1 billion, abundance of happiness. I marry Miss World, I will be happy. Illusion of solution of peace and happiness in the external world. Why? Can you tell me anything, any person, any event that has a property of happiness? Tell me. I will leave Eastern wisdom. I'll become your follower. Anything, any event, any situation that gives you happiness all the time, in all the locations, in all the relationships. That is why we say it gives you the pleasure. Why we say it gives you the pleasure? Pleasure is a short term happiness, it does not continue. So, when it does not continue, that is why we run after one restaurant to the another restaurant. That is why we have one clothes to the another clothes. That is why we have one car to the another car. I don't want to say that is why we have one spouse to the other spouse. But that is happening. That is happening. Because we don't dare to, including me, so that's I'm not going. Couple has lot of problem, and she told me that I have lot of problem, but the problem is that I want to divorce, but if I divorce I will lose lot of money, hence I'm not divorcing, I'm waiting. What? No, don't misunderstand me. I'm not waiting him to die. I said I didn't say, you were saying that. I get good people, for coaching. No, I said no. I never misunderstand you. Why not understand? You are on the verge of divorce. You are scared that you will lose money. Hence, you are not. Are you making me fool? She is not making me fool. Because of these 5 steps. Because of these 5 steps. Because of these 5 steps, we suffer. No, keep smiling. You guys are not suffering, So let us start our practice. Close your eyes. I'm sorry to be so rude today, but it is required sometimes. So be place of meditation. Very good. Place, you're aware of the place. Make sure that just think in the mind. The place has nothing to do for my stress and anxiety, duality, and a conflict. And then you become aware of the place and the space all around. That will help you. Because the mind continues with the old pattern of thinking, and then it says, oh, this place is not good. Then we run after into the bed and we lie down on the bed. We miss the point. Yeah, sometimes it takes time, so what should I do? So position of the body and the posture. So you are clear, and then we are comfortable. Comfortable, I have been saying you, changing the direction of the mind. You will ask me why? To drop the delusion. To drop our colored glasses of stress. Colored glasses is also causes the delusion. I'm just using metaphorically. So, and it is so simple. I was teaching, I mentioned I was just teaching 9 years old girl. And she accepted it so fully. Why? She doesn't have a garbage in the mind. So keep that garbage aside. You look at the neck joint, be there. When I say be there, it means mind is looking, knowing, feeling. What do you feel? You wait there and you'll feel sensation, comfort, and but why you feel that? Because you have changed the direction of the mind. You are reducing the delusion part of it. Really? Just try. If it doesn't happen in the first instant, look at the shoulder joints. You look mentally, yes. When you look means you feel it. When you feel it means you have sensation, comfort, and steadiness. If it is not, pick up the third joint, look at the hip joint. Be there. Who is there? Mind. What the mind is doing, it is not doing anything, it is just looking. What it is looking, the hip joint. But what do you mean by looking? You feel, you know, here is a hip joint. Means you raise your awareness. You raise your awareness, you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You need only one point. But we are repeating for the sake of not only understanding, but a regular practice will help you. Then you are aware of the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. You're looking at your body, yes. Means knowing and feeling, yes. Staying there, yes. And experiencing sensation, comfort, and steadiness. What is the secret behind changing the direction of the mind? Why to change the direction? To ease the burden of delusion from the mind. Change the direction of the mind. One is rise in awareness and ease the burden of delusion from the mind. So, when I say being comfortable, it looks so easy, so simple, common sense. But Eastern wisdom says no. It is a rise in awareness. It is changing the direction of the mind. It is easing the burden of the delusion from the mind. Once you have to have a knowledge of that. That is why we do it. And then, okay, I have eased the burden. Okay, I'm comfortable and steadiness is there. And then comes the what it comes? Then comes being carefree. So you see that from being comfortable with, I would say, I'm adding one more. I have added before also with the 4 points. What are the 4 points? Change the direction of the mind, you are aware. Rise in awareness, yes. Ease the burden in indirect separation from the body identification. Then we move to being carefree. Where is that being carefree? So I look inside the forehead at any point in the space. Before that, I'm using my metaphor, the birds flying in the sky. The sky remains untouched. Can I say that? Yes. Same way. All the thoughts, feelings, and emotions remains untouched. From what? From the space present inside. So these thoughts are, feelings and emotions are like the birds, yes. But why I don't feel the separation? Because of the 5 steps I explained. So what I have to do? You have to do nothing. You are watching the thoughts. You are feeling the thoughts. That's all. Because we are conscious entities, so there is an awareness, and in the field of that awareness, you said, did you get in the field of awareness, which is a space, remains untouched by You can add it, untouched by the thoughts, feelings, emotions, jumping, or I can say flying like birds. How simple it is. It is very complex when it is very difficult and complex when the mind is living with 5 steps I explained you in the talk. How simple it is. Yes, we will add active step. Charlie expressed her challenges. So you keep looking inside the forehead in the state of being comfortable and being carefree. You start breathing quick and fast into the chest and into the chest. Continue. Do not stop. You have a problem, you have to do it for a longer period. Even if doing for a longer period helps each one. So continue. When the mind, it is the same mind with 5 challenges, will say you, mind with 5 steps will say you to stop. What you do? You think, I have to change, endure it, and keep doing it. So you see, when you endure it, after few seconds, what option 1? What will happen? Mind will start enjoying the breathing. Well done. Option 2, the mind will resist with greater force because it wants to live in the same cocoon. Oh, what you do? You come with greater endurance. You don't stop. You keep on doing it. You will win. It's an internal thing. It has less to do with the breathing and etc. It's more of a knowledge and awareness. Through your awareness, you cognize, you have a cognition. Where is that cognition, mind? Are you playing with me? No, I will do it. I'll do it. I'm doing it. I will endure it. So you have to check who wins and who loses. If you lose, you will complain about the same level of the stress. You win, that is your experience, will tell me the story. Now stop it. Stop this breathing and just check how the breath is returning to its normal or habitual pattern. Keep watching the breath. Keep watching the flow of the breath. Watching the flow of the breath. Examine. What to examine? The flow of the breath. Examine means using the intellect. Examine the flow of the breath. So the flow of the breath. What? Check if the flow through both the nostrils are equal. If it is equal, you just maintain the state. You will go into deeper. You will surely go into deeper state. How come? That we will discuss later. But if the flow of the breath is in both nostril is unequal, no worries. And even if it is equal, you follow the instruction. If it is unequal, you are aware of it. Then move to the second level of awareness. How do you know the flow of the breath is equal, equal or unequal? You only know by feeling the sensation of the breath going in and out. What we are doing, we are making the mind so subtlest. What do you mean? What happens? It becomes the subtlest. Mind is gone. Then what? Mindfulness comes. Oh, that is why you are saying yes. So feeling the sensation. Another point that we have to remember is no change in the flow of the breath. Why? If you change, the false I returns. I told you the false I. What I said, delusion and the mind. How simple it is. The false I does not like simple stuff. It likes very complex. Why? The false I is already confused, so it will confuse you more. Oh my goodness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. We'll share our experiences. Bring the hands down. And how you meet.
I feel very hopeful right now. I feel that I was able to truly listen to you tonight and to sense what I need, how I need to travel to come to this place.
Very good. Yes. It is called the insight, when I know. But if that attitude, that should remain clear to me all the time, that will change your, not only your mind, but life. How are you, Charlie? Oh, we don't hear you.
There we go. I was pleasantly surprised that when I checked my breathing, it was coming in equally both sides. So even with all my fears, and I think what's coming up as well is really trusting the process. I hear what you say, and
Yes.
but it's that trust in being led by the mind for 60 years is not an easy thing to let go of overnight. So I was pleasantly surprised that both my nostrils felt like they were even when we were doing the meditating. So I thought, oh, okay, even with all of that, I've got to a fairly good place.
Beautifully said. Your experiences tells that at this moment you have become a seeker. Now you see what you said last 60 years and today's session. There is a difference of listening, learning, reflecting, and applying. So we are a seeker when we have an active listening. Active listening results into reflection. That reflection part was played by your mind that I will do it, yo, come what. And then you instantly entered into the equal flow of both. And I told you, whenever we have an equal flow, it is the principle of the tantra from the Eastern wisdom. Whenever you have an equal flow, your mind is entering into, settling into the calm and peace. And that is what happened. Very good, beautiful. How are you, Sophie?
I'm very good, Girish. I didn't have an equal flow from the very beginning. But even when we did the fast breathing, but that's like that most of the time. I know I have a nostril that has a narrower
Okay.
hole. So, but I'm good.
You're good. Yeah. So that is one indication. It doesn't mean that we don't feel calm and relaxed. So these are, pointers that, and still, where the breath flow is equal, or my peace and calm because the mind is living within will result into an equal flow. So in you can say reversible. That is good. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. Even though I think I have a lot of things on my mind related to my work, I think it seemed calm and peaceful tonight.
Very good. Calm and peaceful tonight. Even if your work is the most important. Everyone's work is most important.
Yeah, that's right.
Including our Elon Musk and Bill Gates.
Oh, yeah.
because because you have to think from his perspective. Because I think my work is most important. So he thinks his work is most important.
Yeah.
What we have to apply these 5 steps to remain de identified and continue working. Hope he will come one day to me too.
Well, to that I would say let everyone be happy except Elon Musk, but anyway.
I intentionally used his name with John. I know. How are you, Anne? Anne? Yes. Anne? You see that? That is a delusion. We can say Anne is frozen. But actually Anne is not frozen. Her image is frozen. Anne, are you listening?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anne, you're listening? Anne, you are listening? Her image, oh yeah, she will join it again. So let us wait. Today I don't have the next session, so I'm okay. I can spend few more minutes. I need not to prepare, yes. So, oh, she will not join. Let us see. So you see the outer situation, incident, people, relationship is what keeps me busy, engaged, deluded, yeah, as long as I have been living after the maturity, so-called the maturity. So in that state of worldly maturity, I continue to live and repeat the same thing again and again, and I don't become aware of it. So when we understand these 5 steps, it helps me to become aware. And once you are aware, then you can drop